Lassie Farm here. Oh, good grief. This book is falling apart, as you can see. I better read fast here. Episode 6 of Why I Live at the Post Office. From where we left off. So I just decided I'd go straight down to the post office. There's plenty of room there in the back, I says to myself. Well, I made no bones about letting the family catch on to what I was up to. I didn't try to conceal it. The first thing they knew, I marched in where they were all playing Old Maid, and I pulled the electric oscillating fan out by the plug, and everything got real hot. Next, I snatched the pillow I'd done the needlepoint right off the Davenport from behind Papa Daddy. He went, ugh. I beat Stella Rondo up the stairs and finally found my charm bracelet in her bureau drawer under a picture of Nelson Eddy. So that's the way the land lies, says Uncle Rondo. There he was, piecing on the ham. Well, sister, I'll be glad to donate my army cot if you got any place to set it up, providing you'll leave right this minute and let me get some peace. Uncle Rondo was in France. Thank you kindly for the cot, and peace is hardly the word I would select if I had to resort to firecrackers at 6:30 a.m. in a young girl's bedroom, I says back to him. And as to where I intend to go, you seem to forget my position as postmistress of China Grove, Mississippi. I says, I always got the post office. Well, that made them all sit up and take notice. I went out front and started digging up some 4 o'clocks to plant around the post office. Aha, aha, says Mama, raising the window. Those happen to be my 4 o'clocks. Everything planted in that star is mine. I've never known you to make anything grow in your life. Very well, I says, but I take the fern. Even you, Mama, can't stand there and deny that I'm the one watered that fern. I happen to know where I can send in a box top and get a packet of 1,000 mixed seeds, no two the same kind, free. Oh, where? Mama wants to know. Oh, crap. Losing pages. Son of a biscuit. Where, Mama says. But I says, too late. You tend to your house, and I'll tend to mine. You hear things like that all the time if you know how to listen to the radio. Perfectly marvelous offers. Get anything you want, free. So I hope to tell you I marched in and got that radio. And they could have all bit a nail in two. Especially Stella Rondo, that I used to belong to, and she well knew she couldn't get it back. I'd sue for it like a shot. And I very politely took the sewing machine motor I helped pay the most on to give Mama for Christmas back in 1929, and a good big calendar with the first aid remedies on it, the thermometer, and the Hawaiian ukulele. Certainly were rightfully mine, and I stood on the... This is... Okay, sorry. And I stood on the step ladder and got all my watermelon rind, preserves, and every fruit and vegetable I'd put up, every jar. Then I began to pull the tacks out of the bluebird wall vases on the archway to the dining room. Who told you you could have those, Miss Priss? Says Mama, fanning as hard as she could. I bought 'em, and I'll keep track of 'em, I says. I tack 'em up to one side, each side of the post office window, and you can see 'em when you come ask me for your mail, if you're so dead to see 'em. Not I. I'll never darken the door of that post office again if I live to be 100, Mama says. Ungrateful child. after all the money we spent on you at the normal. Me either, says Stella Rondo. You can just let my mail lie there and rot. For all I care, I'll never come, and I'll relieve you of a single solitary piece. I'm losing these pages, son. I should worry, I says, and who you think's going to sit down and write you all these big fat letters and postcards, by the way? Mr. Whitaker? Just because he was the only man ever dropped down to China Grove and you got him unfairly, is he going to sit down and write you a lengthy correspondence after you come home, giving no rhyme or reason whatsoever for your separation and no explanation as to the presence of that child? I may not have your brilliant mind, but I fail to see it. So, Mama says, Sister, I've told you 1,000 times that Stella Rondo simply got homesick, and this child is far too big to be hers, she says. Now, why don't you all just sit down and play casino? Then Shirley T sticks out her tongue at me in this perfectly horrible way. She has no more manners than the man in the moon. I told her she was going to cross her eyes like that someday, and they'd stick. It's too late to stop me now, I says. You should have tried that yesterday. I'm going to the post office, and the only way you can possibly see me is to visit me there. So Papa Daddy says, you'll never catch me setting foot in that post office, even if I should take a notion into my head to write a letter someplace, he says. I won't have you reaching out of that little window with a pair of shears and cutting off any old beard of mine. I'm too smart for you. We all are, says Stella Rondo. Okay, well, let's leave it there. I don't even know how many pages are left, but I'll try to piece them together with some Scotch tape. I'm going to be in trouble for this with somebody, but so sue me. All right. Thanks for watching.